It's typical behaviour for Staffies to lick their paws, but you must have asked yourself, why do Staffies lick their paws so often? The thing is, it's pretty standard for most dog owners to comment about dogs constantly licking their paws. It doesn't matter what the dog breed, but when they do it, are they grooming themselves? Maybe it was raining outside and they're licking their paws because they're wet, but could there be something a bit more serious than casual grooming going on here? This behaviour is especially worrying if your Staffy is gnawing and licking at only one paw. There could be some underlying reasons for them licking their paws, and I think we should investigate. Even if you don't find anything wrong, excessive paw licking isn't a behaviour you should condone becoming a habit, because eventually it will cause a problem. For example, constant paw licking will irritate the paw skin, and if there weren't a skin infection before, there soon would be. So let's dive into, why does my Staffy keep licking their paws? There are several reasons why Staffies lick their paws, but we can narrow down the 8 most common reasons. An allergy, they're in pain, there's anxiety, dry skin, hormone imbalance, they're bored, fleas and ticks, and grooming. Let's look at these Staffordshire Bull Terrier paw problems in more detail. First up, it could be an allergy problem. Staffies can pick up an allergy from the environment, for example grass or pesticides, and certain plants can cause allergies. However, if your Staffy is paw licking and there's no other behaviour to suggest the environment, then it's highly probable it's food allergies. Some Staffies can be allergic to grains, beef, chicken, and some dairy products like cheese. Your Staffy might have eaten these products with no issues for years, which makes it more challenging to figure out what's going on with your dog. If it's not an allergy, your Staffy could be in pain. It's so easy for your Staffy to walk on something sharp without you noticing anything. It happens to the best of us, and when we find the source of pain is something like a thorn, we feel tremendous guilt. But it's surprising how often this happens. It's a good idea to check your Staffy's paws after each walk, especially if the dog ventured into some rough grassy area. Up next is anxiety. You may have an anxious Staffy. A Staffy feeling anxious could cause them to lick their paws as a way of releasing their stress. Of course, it won't solve whatever is on their mind, so as the owner, you need to get to the bottom of where the anxiety is originating. Having an anxious Staffy leads to our next potential issue. You may have a bored Staffy. A bored Staffy is a stressed and anxious Staffy. Ensure your Staffy is getting the amount of outdoor exercise and mental stimulation they need. Staffies require more exercise than you might think. Why not give yourself a little bit of exercise by tapping your finger on the like button if you're learning from this video? Exercise is also great for balancing hormones, otherwise you could end up with the next potential reason: Staffy hormone imbalance. If a Staffy has hypothyroidism, you can see the Staffy's hair begin to thin in patches with additional shedding. A Staffy is highly likely to lick these areas of exposed skin. Continuous licking can cause lick granulomas, eventually turning into open wounds. But what if it's not an internal reason your Staffy is licking their paws? It may be something physical, such as dry skin or dermatitis. Staffies do suffer from itchy and flaky skin. Vets call it atopy. It can affect the feet, belly, ears, and any skin folds. You might start seeing this once the Staffy reaches 12 months to 3 years old. The condition can worsen as the dog gets older. Another potential issue could be fleas and ticks. Any dog can pick up fleas and ticks, including your Staffy, especially if you both enjoy walking through woodland areas. If your Staffy gets bitten by a tick or fleas, there will be localized itching around the bite area. It's always a good idea to check your Staffy's paws for anything untoward. Ticks like warm, dark, and moist body areas, but they're difficult to find, and they will latch on in between the Staffy's toes. But hopefully your Staffy doesn't have any creepy crawlies on them, and fingers crossed, your Staffy is grooming. Often you'll see your Staffy licking and nibbling at their paws, but it's not only one paw. When they do this, they get around to all 4. There might be something on their paw after a walk, or something such as a tiny stone they want to remove. This is pretty typical behaviour for a Staffy, and nothing to worry about if this is the reason they're licking their paws. So, now we've covered the possible reasons your Staffy could be licking their paws, let's answer this. Should I stop my Staffy from licking their paws? As mentioned, there are several reasons why your Staffy might be licking their paws. The best plan of action would be to establish if there are any underlying causes for this and start to rule things out until you find the reason. Once you understand why your Staffy is licking their paws, you may ask, how do I get my Staffy dog to stop licking their paws? As mentioned, the essential thing to do first of all is to ensure there are no underlying causes. If you've established there's no particular reason for your Staffy to be paw licking, then you can try to distract them when it's happening. Take them for longer, more frequent walks, play with them more often, and buy them some new toys. There's no point in getting angry, they haven't a clue what they're doing wrong. If you try all these solutions and get nowhere, you might need to make an appointment with a dog behaviourist for some professional help. Let us know in the comments if you have your own tips and tricks for Staffy paw licking, and consider subscribing for more Staffy videos. If you've got a beloved Staffy, make sure you download our 4-step training guide on how to safely walk them without a lead. This can make walks so much more enjoyable for both you and your Staffy, and enable you to develop an even greater and more trusting bond. Download your free guide by following the link in the description below. Thank you for watching.